Here we are. It's Cappy and Nancy, Always in Stitches. Yay, Noblesville, Indiana. So I have to apologize. Yeah, look, she's giving me the look. Because we showed these in our video Thursday or Friday, I guess. Yeah. And to no one's fault at Always in Stitches. Let me say that very clearly. Deborah and Nancy work really hard. Nancy, y'all should pray for Nancy.
Why?
Why? Because, here, Peter, just do a shot of her table real quick. Just show them her table. Look at this. Look at her, not her desk, her table of inventory. It's a mess too. But look at that. Look at all that inventory. And these are flat folds. Poor Nancy. Look at, these are flat folds. So y'all know if you're not buying flat folds, have you been buying, that's a 3-yard flat fold. And we've not raised prices on those yet, but man, it's time to raise prices on these. These are all the flat folds that they've put together. These are boxes full of new stuff that has come in. And Nancy, here, poor Nancy over here, she came into work today to this wall.
I like my wall.
She likes her wall. You're the perfect person to do this job, though. She's detail oriented and she does a great job. But so tell them how to make it. Tell them what we have to do to make a kit, so they can appreciate what it takes
From the very beginning.
from the very beginning.
Well, from the very beginning, the designer has to design the fabric.
Exactly.
And then they have to come up with a pattern to go with the fabric, and then get with their distributors and get that all taken care of. And then Cappy has to order it from our salesman.
Right.
And then we have to wait for it to come in.
Which can be 6, 8 months,
Yeah.
even a year. Right.
Yep. And then it comes to my table, and I have to enter it in inventory, and then it goes to Deborah. Deborah has to cut the kits, get them all prettied up and put together, fill out the necessary paperwork, and then it comes back to me, and I have to go in and do the kit create form, which takes the yardage out of our inventory, and then I have to come up with the price by the kit create, and then I have to make these really cool tags on here that gives you all the information about the kit, and then I put the barcodes on, I staple the tags on, they go out to the floor, and then I have to be sure that I send the kit tag to Sandy, who then puts it on the website.
Right.
And then you have to come in and buy them.
And we got to film it sometimes.
And here's the glitch and the get along. Somebody gets overly excited about the new product that I ordered probably a year ago, and it's finally here. And I show it to you on the video, and you see it, and you come in the very next day and say, I want to buy that. And it's like, it's not ready. So don't blame Nancy. It's not Nancy's fault or Deborah's fault. It's my fault for saying, look what we got. These are so cool, and not having them available.
So we blame Captain Kangaroo?
Yes, so blame me. Blame me. I loved that show when I was a kid. Did you watch Captain
I
Kangaroo?
did.
Oh,
I
Mr.
did.
Green Jeans was
Yep.
the best. Okay.
Yes, he was.
It's old reference. But here's the deal. When we show you something on this video and it's not quite ready yet, and I try not to do that to make Nancy's life and Deborah's life a little better, but if that happens, we have what's called a blue form, the infamous blue form, the blue sheet. And if you see something, you're like, I really, really want that, and when you come in or you call in and it's not quite available, we can do what's called a special order. And that's what happened was people came in and said, I want it. We said, well, just make a deposit on it. We'll get them bagged up, get them ready, and then it's yours and you can reserve it. So this is a hot, hot item. We will not be reordering this. I can tell you it's a one and done kind of line. So there are, 2, 4, 5 more of these still available. So now they really are available. They should be on the website.
Not yet.
Not yet, but they'll be on the
there
website
today.
by the time you see the video. Or you can call and talk to Deborah and order them. And then going forward, if you see something that I've been to, or Peter even too, he's like, oh, we got to show that. And I kind of reel him in sometimes, but he needs to reel me in because I get too excited. So anyway, that's sort of the process of how to run a quilt shop.
Yep.
We have those questions all the time. How do you guys run? And it's kind of
exhausting.
kind of like crazy. It really is. We are a business at our core, and so we do have processes and procedures we have to go through. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to get these kits in your hand as quick as we can.
And it's one thing if we ordered a pre-made kit
Right.
or we put the kit together ourselves.
Exactly.
When we put it together ourselves, that's what it involves several people.
Yeah,
So,
when it comes in a box from the company, we just put a price tag on it and send it out to
Yeah.
you. But these are hand curated. I mean, Deborah spends the time to, make sure every kit's accurate and the fabric's in the right order. I'll tell you a trick. When you pull out your fabric, she's usually stuck it in the order that it is on the sheet. So when you pull it out, don't mix it up because you won't know which one's which particularly. So anyway, these are ready. Those who came in early and tried to get them,
come back.
come back. Don't blame these two. Blame me for being too excited. So thanks for telling us how it works.
You're welcome.
And now you can go back to your wall.
Oh, thank you. I can go back to my work.
Go back to your work. We're keeping her occupied. Okay, we got some more things to show you today, but because you see all that stuff's piled up on her desk, there's not a whole lot of fabric to show you, but I got some other fun things happening, so hang on. We're going to go out front. All right, gang, here it is. This is my favorite bag pattern right now. I kind of go in cycles, but I wanted to show you this pattern because it has been really well received. This is called the Sandhill bag, and it's got a couple different layouts. One's got a pocket, kind of a snap pocket or a zip pocket. I've made it both ways, and I like the zip pocket personally, but that's my own thing. Anyway, this is a great pattern. So, as you guys know, I traveled last week. I was gone, and I was looking at my pictures. In my pictures from traveling a year ago, I was carrying the same purse. It was like, oh, I gotta change my purse. But this is that Sandhill bag made in a canvas weight fabric with the snap pocket. Right there, it's got the little snap pocket, which I've never actually carried this. I might like it. It's got a pocket inside. It's kind of deep. It'll go over your shoulder, or you can even wear it as a backpack if you want, so it splits, depending on how you make it. I used this twill tape on it that time, and it made it that way. But what's great about this bag, and I know a lot of you are making bags, is this canvas worked great, but it also makes up nicely in vinyl. So I made this in a vinyl, and it's a faux leather, vegan leather they call it.
I call it vegan leather.
You call it vegan leather,
Yeah,
don't you,
because it's
Peter?
just so funny.
Yeah, so again, it's just got a nice zip to it. I make a small little wallet to go with it. I always make these little bitty bags to put stuff in, and it just fits in great. It does do crossbody, so you can wear it across the front like this, so that you feel real safe with it if you want, or like I said, you can open it up and split it and make it into a backpack. This is one of my favorite bags. Very beginner friendly when it comes to making a bag. My first time, I probably wouldn't make it with vinyl. I would make it with a canvas weight or use a cotton weight and put a heavier interfacing on it. But the iteration of this bag is great. Like I said, this one has the flap pocket, or you can do the zip pocket either way. And the zip pocket also has a little cover you can put on it. So it gives you some nice options. And I just wanted to show you this because it seems like bags kind of come and go, but this one's a great one to make again and again in different designs. So there it is, Sandhill bag if you want to have a fun bag to make. Okay, so that's something to show you. This is what I like about it. Just throw it over my shoulder and stomp around, and it doesn't get away from me. Okay, what else are we going to talk about? February yarn crawl. Let's go back and look at the gift basket for that. Let's go to the yarn department. Okay, I'm back in the yarn department right now, and gosh, we've got a really fun event going on right now. We're having the February yarn crawl, and it goes, I think, through the 14th or 15th, something like that. Ends around the 16th, something like that. Let's see what it says. It'll tell me on this sheet of paper, I'm sure. Probably not. Maybe not, it doesn't. Anyway, it is going through February 16th. That's when it is. We've got a gift basket right here you can enter to win. So if when you come in and you want to enter to win this $100 gift basket, there's several skeins of yarn. There's some really cute stuff. So just fill out one of our forms and you're entered to win that automatically. We'll be giving that away and pick a winner chicken dinner when the yarn crawl ends. Well, we'll pick a winner. I'm sure everyone who wins if you just go and do the yarn crawl. Great opportunity to shop around at several shops in central Indiana. They've got a free pattern that you can purchase a pattern. There's a QR code if you want to purchase their pattern. So don't hesitate. Look that up. February, Indiana is the information if you want to search on it. They have a website. You can get everything you need from them. We're one of their participating retailers, but they're running the program. So we're just one of those lucky places that got to play along. And if you want to participate, you do need to go to their website to download your punch card and get some of the fun stuff that they have available for merchandise, if it's even still available. A lot of it they sold out the first 2 days when they had their February festival. So that's going on. The other thing that started is the Buy Any Local Quilt Shop contest. Yes, we've been in that several years. Matter of fact, the first couple years they did it, we won, and the first year we didn't even know it was happening. So that was really exciting for us. And now it's an opportunity. It goes on all over the world, I believe, and you vote for your favorite local quilt shop. And there's great shops to vote for. You go on, you make a comment. It's buyany.com. Local quilt shop, LQS is the code for that if you want to look it up. And they're going to give away all kinds of prizes to not only the shops themselves, but even to the consumers who participate. But it's a real bust for us as a shop to really get that, because they give us a credit with our vendors and they give us the prizes. And guess what? They've already sent some things for me to give away, and I'm going to give them away today. So there you go. We've got some winners we're going to pick from that. From our comments last week, oh my goodness, Peter, all the comments about the pets. What'd you think?
That was nice to hear about everybody's pets.
It really was. It was so fun. I think that's the common bond we can all share in crafting. And one of the things I love about crafting is you can escape from the reality of the craziness in the real world out there, and you can really come in here and just relax with anybody and everybody, and we can share what we love, which is crafting, and our pets seem to bond us a little bit. So it was so fun to hear, and I'm going to just
I really enjoyed reading them all. I'll be honest with you. It was so nice to read, because after I lost Bella and Stella, it was so wholesome to just hear how other people are enjoying their pets.
Yes.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was good therapy for me.
Me too, because I think anytime you lose one of your pets, it's painful. And there's a little one, Nova, that's got kidney failure that they commented, and the next day they commented again and said, oh, we just had the pet to the vet and we're going to have some kidney failure. And it was really sad news. So, and then we had Statler Boo and Sienna Gray, who are little fabric thieves, which I can totally relate to. I was actually sewing in my sewing room this weekend, and I had part of a little candy bar laying on the counter, because, chocolate and sewing go together, and I was eating little nibbles, and my cat came in and stole my candy bar and ran off with it. And I was like, really? But yeah, they tend to squeal. Squeaker was a fabric thief too, was another one that was mentioned. Then Frisky and Oliver and April. I love these names. They were so cute. Nova plays with tennis balls, and then we hear Nova's in kidney failure. But and then somebody said they didn't have pets, but they had dust bunnies. I love it.
That was hilarious.
That was great. Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny.
I have dust elephants, not just bunnies. I was sweeping again. I was in my sewing room this weekend. I was sweeping, and the broom came out, and it was just this monster of fiber. It was like, oh my gosh, I don't know where it all came from. And then somebody had goldfish, Bill and Ben. I love that, Bill and Ben, and they're named after some program in the UK, so that was really cute. So I picked 3 winners. Wanda Hall 7609, that's Nova's mama, and then Sarah Edwards MG5TW, which has the Bill and Ben, and then Joel H88. We've got a pattern for each of you 3. If you're not here, that you can walk in and pick it up, contact orders at alwaysinstitches1.com, which is Deborah. She'll see that you get these mailed out to you. But this is really cool. These are cool. These are brand new patterns from By Annie, and they use their tool-free snaps. They have a new snap coming out that's tool-free.
Oh, how cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited. Those of you who get this, you need to tell us what you think about these little projects. So that's excited. I wanted to share those with you, and I told you I'd give you prizes, so here they are. But they came from By Annie. So would you go to the local quilt shop By Annie and give us a shout out and vote for us, since we gave you a free prize? Is that bribery?
I don't know, but I was going to say that's a really smooth transition.
Yeah, that's
really smooth transition. I see what you did there.
Yeah, I'm trying
I see what you're
I'm a
plotting and
shameless
scheming.
promoter. I'm a shameless promoter. That's my job, is to be a shameless promoter. Couple more things I want to talk about. We have our Shipshewana retreat. I keep talking about. There are 6 seats left as of this filming. I have a suspicion they won't last throughout the week. So if you are really wanting to go to Shipshewana in April, it's like 16 through the 20th, something like that. There's 3 or 4 days there. Don't miss that. It's a celebratory opportunity after taxes are done. April 15th ends, and April 16th we're going to have a party. So if you want to sign up for that Shipshewana retreat, don't wait, because it's going to get away. And then the Luau M50, I want to go up there and show you what those are, and we're also going to stop by batting and backing and talk a little bit about that. So stay tuned. We got some more fun things.
I was talking to a new shopper who would, their first time in the store, I think it was Friday, Saturday, maybe Thursday, don't remember. And I said, oh, well, we have this and we have that. We have social media. We do this, and, you know, we have a discount sheet at the register, you know. And I said, oh, yeah, we also have classes and retreats. And she goes, yeah, that's my type of thing.
All right.
So she was getting real excited about
Good.
that.
Well, we did have people sign up over the weekend, so
Yeah.
maybe that was it.
I hope they did.
And they're
'cause they would
signing
love
up in
it.
pairs, which is really a good idea. That way you got a buddy. But if you don't have a buddy, you'll make a buddy there, because, you know, stitching and crafting bonds us all together. So good on you for talking about it. I think it's going to definitely close out. So, all right, let's go up front. We're going to talk about batting and backing, and we're going to look at the luau. So we'll see you up there. Okay, guys, I'm in our batting and backing department. We have a whole area here of the shop, and there's some garment fabric here too. I know that's one of the things we've had a lot of you come in asking for is garment fabric. You want garment fabric. I get it. I would love to carry an entire collection of garment fabric that you would need to make things, because I started as a garment seamstress. Quilting is kind of a new thing for me in the last 20 years. Prior to that, I was all garments. So I really love to make garments. However, the garment fabric available to us is just not affordable to what people are used to paying, and we can't get the selection that you would like. So we have just a little bit of garment fabric, but not a whole lot. Our local Hobby Lobby here does a great job with garment fabric, and so we're sending people there. But I do know you're looking for it, and it's a frustration, as well as fleece. Again, I can't buy fleece. You can buy fleece retail cheaper than I can buy it wholesale. So those are products that, as much as we've tried to fill the void that Joann's left when they closed, those are some areas we're not able to fill. But one area we can fill is our batting and our backing options. And that has to do with getting very wide backs. So 108 or 118 inches wide backing. And then you can get it whatever you want, 3 yards, 3.5 yards to get the other side that you want. I just finished a quilt, and we did a little video on Facebook about it. It ended up being 100 by 98 inches. So it was a big quilt. And when you take that to the long armor, and our long armor wants 6 inches all the way around in order to make it fit on the backing and the batting. So that means I have to have 112 inches on one way, and I had to have 10 inches going the other way in order to have enough in my backing. So that's a really big piece of fabric. Of course, I can buy 40-inch wide pieces and sew them together, but then I have all these seams, and I hate that, and squaring that up is hard. So that's why wide backs have become so popular. And we've got these 2 rows. There's 2 rows here. There's a row here. The other thing over here is this minky, which has become very popular for backs. Minky comes in a 90-inch wide, or it comes in a 60-inch wide, or we also have some that's 108-inch wide. Now, Minky is a knit product. It's got a stretch to it, but it is super soft. Peter's shaking his head.
It
You
really
can probably
is.
hear it rattle. But the Minky I love on the back of quilts, especially the lap quilts or even the crib quilts. Maybe a twin size quilt, you get much bigger than that, and they can get very heavy, which if that's what you like, that's great. But realize, like the quilt I just finished, which was a queen size quilt is what it's considered. If I put Minky on the back of that and put a heavy batting in it, it would just weigh a ton, and it would be very difficult to wash in a home domestic washer. I'd probably have to take it to a laundromat or someplace where they could wash it. And Quilts are made to be washed. If you're not able to use them, then, you know, hanging them on the wall is great, but that's not what quilts are for, in my opinion. If you're not going to use it, you know, if you're going to fold it and put it in a drawer, it's not getting its really worth. So Minky's a great option, but you can get, it really kind of can be heavy if you get too big of a piece. That's why these cotton options are nice. And just look at all the colors we got here. We try to cover a little bit of everything. The cool thing is, if you finish a bolt,
that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? Yeah. If you finish a bolt, and like this bolt's fairly
That
thin.
bolt's not much on there.
Yeah, right. So if I buy 3.5 yards, this is 100 and, how big is this? This is 108. So that'd give me a piece the size that I need for what I just did. I would probably finish this bolt. And when you finish a bolt with us, you get 30% off. So, and yes, this is a little more expensive, but it's also 3 times as wide as a normal 40-inch fabric. So a lot of times your wide backs are less expensive than buying cotton and piecing it together in 3 or 4 chunks. So the other thing is they use a different gray good with wide backs. So that means the fabric, the substrate that they start with, when they dye these fabrics to look like the patterns that they want on them, their gray good, which is what that original fabric is called, as a gray good, is a different quality of thread. And that has to do with the size that it is. Because it's 108 wide, they can't use the same threads exactly that they use on your normal quilting cottons. So you'll see one of two things. Sometimes these will feel a little more scratchy because of the texture of the fiber, or sometimes if they're finely woven, they'll feel a little thinner. So be aware of that. I really like to pre-wash my quilt backs, because especially if it's one of those kind of firmer fibers, because I really want them to be soft and subtle, especially if it's a big quilt and I know that's going to be hard to wash. I may pre-wash that great big piece of fabric. And before I pre-wash a piece of fabric, I go to each corner and I nip off at a 45-degree angle those corners. And the reason I do that is it reduces the amount of shredding that you have when you put it through the washer. So if you've ever pre-washed a piece of fabric and you pull it out of the washer and there's strings and strings and strings and strings, that's because it's tried to pre-shred itself and kind of square itself up, and it can't. If you cut those corners off, then it slows that process down a little bit and makes it a little less messy. So that's just a little tip for you. But if you're looking for wide backs, we've got lots to choose from. It's a whole selection area on our website that you can shop. And we are always getting new wide backs in. I know I just ordered some beautiful patriotic wide backs with the new projects coming in for this year for the 2026 celebration of the patriotic events in the United States. We've got some great patriotic wide backs coming in, and one in Minky that is navy with a star background that's going to be really stunning. So be watching for that to come in. But shop the wide backs, because they really do save you time, and they're usually a better buy, and you'll find that you like them. So that's backing. Now let's talk about batting. We keep these two together for good reason. Most of the time people buy batting and backing together. Now we just had our 5th Saturday backing sale. You all showed up in droves. It was great. We loved having you in here. Somebody's celebrating somebody in the background. It's great. We loved having you here. Big crowds on Saturday. The next 5th Saturday, I'm going to have to look it up, probably in about 2 or 3 months. I don't know. I'll have to do the math on that. But there'll be another 5th Saturday coming up. And when those come up, that's when you can buy your backing at 20% off, which is a great deal. Batting we usually don't discount, just because honestly it sells so fast we can't hardly keep it in anyway. But there's all different kinds of batting. And let me show you. We have on our cutting table this little thing, and you can tell it's been well loved. But like, here is Dream Cotton in a high loft. Here's wool batting. Here's that's also wool batting. Dream Cotton Select batting, and warm and natural batting. So here's some like little pieces you can feel, and there's so many variations in batting. I could do an entire class on just batting. So let's real quick. Wool, I love wool batting. It's going to be very high loft, which means it's going to be a puffiness to it. It's going to be it's a natural man-made. It's not a man-made product. It's natural, which means it's going to have the ability to be restored pretty easily. Domestic merino wool, scoured and superwashed for super cleanliness, lightweight and luxurious. It is going to make it a little hard for washing, so I'm probably not going to put this in a baby quilt. But if I'm making a quilt and I want some loft to it, wool's a great choice. Then cotton is kind of the basic. Everybody used to use cotton for a long, long time. Cotton, we buy Quilter Select batting. We like it. There's what's called a request and a select. So the pink one is select. It's the mid-loft. And then request, which is in blue. So this says mid-loft right here. Mid-loft, excellent for hand stitching. And all your battings are always going to tell you how far apart you can stitch. So depending on the batting will tell you how far you can stitch. Sometimes you have to be every 3 inches. Sometimes it's every 5. Sometimes it's every 12. Just depends on the batting. So you need to look that up on your batting. Cotton, 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 poly. Here's a poly. A lot of people like the polyester batting. Again, it's what you like. You have to see what you like. I like a very thin batting because I want a very lightweight quilt.
This is a very luxurious poly.
Yeah, this is a nice poly.
Nice.
It's not like your typical polys.
No, it's
You say
not.
poly and your people are like, ooh. But cost-wise, this is going to be much less than your cottons and your wools.
Good for
Poly.
donation quilts.
Great for donation quilts, yeah.
And we got that. Yeah.
There you go. And then, rather than pre-bagged in a size, we do sell it on the roll. So you can buy it on the roll, and we'll just roll out however you want. This is a 90-inch wide piece. This is
Poly.
poly. I think it's a blend. I think it's an 80-20.
I'm going to go 100% poly.
Soft and bright. Okay, he's going to say 100%, and I'm going to believe him because he knows what he's talking about.
What's my price?
Yep, all
This
poly.
this one's a good price.
100% poly.
For all you learning to long arm out there.
Oh, well, there's got to be a price on it somewhere. Oh, there it is.
What's my
Yeah,
price?
$8.99 a yard. So,
$8.99
and it's
a
90.
yard.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So that's a lesser price. There are some traditionalists that kind of don't cotton to
Don't
poly.
cotton.
Ha ha ha.
Don't cotton.
The other thing you need to know
How
is,
do I know which way to lay it?
well, that's why I was just good. Oh, you're so good.
Did you like
Good
how I beat
question.
you to the punch?
Good question.
Did you like? I
So,
knew where you were going.
You knew where I was going because you can feel the difference. So when they make batting, there's a couple ways to do it, but this one has been sprayed onto what's called a scrim. And if I could separate it, and you could just barely see it, there's a real thin, super thin layer of fabric that this has been kind of needle felted onto. And so this side feels smooth, this side feels bumpy. You want the bumpies up. You want the bumpies up and the flat down when you do the quilting, so you're going
So
through this way.
fuzzy up.
Fuzzy up, flat down. So this stays nice and solid when you poke through, then it doesn't push it through and make it shred. And that prevents
so you
your
don't
bearding.
get.
It's called bearding. When you see all the little pieces fleck through, that's called bearding. So that's poly. This is a warm and natural. This is a needled cotton. This is 100% cotton. This one is super soft. You'll see the little flecks in there. That's just from the cotton bowl having those little imperfections in it. So that's what that is. What have we got here?
That makes it vegan
That makes it vegan.
because it's got plant material.
Warm and white cotton. Yeah, it's got plant material in it. This may be another. Oh, this is the blend.
Nope, 100%.
Is it 100% poly too?
100% cotton.
No, this is the cotton poly bin. So this
What?
is 87 cotton and 12%
I didn't
polypropylene.
know.
So this is your blend right here.
Okay, what's this? Because I like a little poly in with my cotton.
Well, there you go. That's kind of a little bit of both. This one's a little more. It's 90 inches. See, it's $19 a yard. You're paying for that cotton.
Oh,
it
I
costs
like
you
that.
more, but it is
So does
lovely.
this have any poly?
Nope, that's just all cotton. Cotton, and it's $14.99.
I thought they were both all cotton.
Nope.
Well,
This one's all
let me
cotton.
tell you. Nope, it's got the polypropylene.
Oh, but needled cotton.
See?
Oh, it is. So it's a poly cotton.
I always thought these were all cotton, but I
did
like
too.
that
See what
little
we're
bit
learning?
of poly because it adds a little bit more warmth
Yes.
and
yes.
softness.
And softness. This one is request. Now I'm going to say this one
Okay.
says 100% cotton.
I'll agree with you on that.
You agree
one,
with me on
Because I
that
know
one?
Dream Cotton always is 100%.
And this one's also, that's the same one. I didn't know we had this on the 90-inch bolt. I could
Is
have
one
bought that.
thicker?
No, these are request. This
Okay.
is that one that I like. And this one is super thin. I mean, it is just Very, very thin. And it's the one I like because I don't like a lot of density to my quilting. I like it to be.
Now I do know our long arm quilter. She loves to quilt with this stuff.
She likes the one.
And now I know why, because it doesn't stretch. And now I know why it doesn't stretch, because it has the polypropylene.
There you go. These two.
I tell you what, I'm learning
see.
stuff. See, this is why I watch these videos.
Right. Well, I'm learning too as we go. So this, you can see this kind of tends to stretch a little bit, and it isn't her favorite. Whenever she gets one of my quilts and it has this, she's like, oh, Cappy. Because it can be a little hard to work with. But I love the way it finishes in a quilt. So there you go. That's your batting lesson. And that is the tip of the iceberg. Oh my gosh. Batting, we've got down here, Insulbright. This has got the metallic in it, so that if you're making like hot pads and things like that, you can use that. We've got this one is just the width of a table runner, so you don't have to buy a whole big piece. This is called Battleizer. This is put out by Hoop Sisters. This has stabilizer as well as batting, which is great for embroidery work, things like that. We've got a little bit of everything. So if you've got any questions, come in. I even have Sherpa here. Have you
used Sherpa on the back of a quilt yet?
I haven't, but I've seen somebody else use it. It'd be just like Minky. So we've got some Sherpa if you want Sherpa.
I'd like to put that in the inside of a jacket.
Me too. Me too. Those
One of those
quilting
quilt
jackets.
coats with some Sherpa.
Wouldn't that be great?
Man, that'd be so nice.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Okay, I've got one more thing to tell you about today, and we're going to go up front for that. Hopefully you can hear us because there's a little bit of noise going on in the shop. I know it can be a little hard to hear sometimes, but we'll make sure we talk loud enough you can hear what we're saying. So hang in there. All right, we came to the back room to finish the video because it was a little loud out front. There was a lot of excitement. One of our staff members who has had to take a little time off was here, so everybody was running up to say hello to her. And so we're in the back room.
And she told me I need to cut my hair.
She did. We should, yes. But she and Peter have this ongoing hair issue where she talks about how his hair should be short and he shouldn't have a beard and all this, but she's 87 years old, so she likes clean-shaven men with short haircuts. So, but anyway, so hi Virginia, if you're watching this, we miss you.
She would harass me.
She did. She
likes harassing me.
She does, and that is our love language in this store. So
and honestly, that's why I started growing it out, just because she would harass me.
Right, just to pick on her. Oh, here comes UPS. Has he got? Do you have shorts on?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I had shorts on last week.
It is not even 32 degrees.
It's cold here, dude. You're tough. I'm impressed.
We'll get the shorts.
Get the shorts. Get the UPS guy in shorts. You're a brave man. Or she'd probably work up a sweat carrying things in and out. Yeah, look at what he's delivering. And we were just complaining how she's got no room on her table, but that's cool. Just drop it, man.
I'm not going to drop it.
Well, please. Okay. Oh, yes, you are.
Yes, I am. Yes,
That was fabric. I cursed you. Sorry, I cursed you. That was my fault. That was my bad.
You're like, drop it, and it's like a cart full of sewing machines.
Well, it wasn't actually. It was the fabric. Fabric didn't care.
Only one sewing machine.
Only one, and it didn't drop, so we're good. Oh my gosh.
Didn't do anything.
Well, thanks for coming in, even in your shorts. I'm impressed. You're a good guy.
I try.
Hang in there.
And I have something to take with me.
Yeah, she'll have it over there. That's the orders we're shipping out to you guys. Give him some stuff. Okay, so it's just always exciting around here. You never know what you're going to see, do you? Okay, see, there's more boxes for Nancy. She's not going to be dug out until Friday of this week. So I wanted to show you this. You maybe have already seen this, maybe not. This is called Lucky Break. This was done through the Mini Mystery with M50.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't this fun?
Wow.
So this was an opportunity for you to do a free mini mystery. These run about every 3 to 4 months, something like that. You can still get this pattern on the Always in Stitches mini mystery page. If you go and join that page, this pattern is in the files, and you get one little bit at a time, and you can load it down. So there it is. I did add an extra little border here because this dark green needed a little more, and then I use that for my binding. So anyway, that's what that is. If you want that pattern, always, or M50 Mystery Always in Stitches Facebook private group. You got to join that. But if you also want to participate, we have done what's called Luau. Luau is the next iteration of what's called their mega quilts. And these are bigger quilts, and these are the kits for that. Again, you're going to need to go to our website and look Mystery 50. We've sold quite a few kits already. We do have a few left. You can see the kits there, and what they do is they're defined by the staff member who made them. So this one Peter made, this one Jessica made, this one was made by Pam, and you can just pick the picture of the one that you want and buy that kit. And then March 4th, we will start dropping the clues for these kits for you to be able to put the quilt together. You can also use your stash. If you'd rather not buy a kit, you can work from your own fabrics. The information on what fabrics you will need in quantity will come out just a few days before that first clue drop, so you can get your fabric organized. But I'll tell you, it's a lot easier to use our curated kits because the staff have a general idea of how these fabrics should fit together, and so they really are careful about selecting fabrics that are going to look nice in that finished quilt. So Mystery 50, if you're interested in that, it's actually an international program. So if you don't want to connect with us, just look up Mystery 50 on Facebook. You'll get a whole list of quilt shops all over. If you want to shop local, you can do that. Or you can always shop online and connect with any of the shops participating in that program. Okay. I think I've done it. Peter's hands are getting numb from holding the camera. So it's time to be finished talking. It's been so sweet to talk to you today. Thank you so much for being with us. If you've seen something that sounded interesting or fun, like and subscribe. Share this page with your friends, because the more people that like our page, the better it is for everybody, because we get to communicate and connect with each other over crafting, which is what we love to do. So I hope you're having a super stitchy day. If we can do anything for you in the crafting world, just send us an email. You can send it to info@alwaysinstitches1.com, or you can also go to our webpage, alwaysinstitches1.com. Lots of great things there. There's shopping, there's information about our classes, coming events that we've got planned for the year, just lots of good information on our website, what hours we're open. So check us out. We'd love to be part of your stitching family, and we love to welcome you into ours. So have a great stitchy day. We'll see you next time. Bye.